Hello to all my stitching friends out there in our Flosstube community. I am Dr. Janelle Meredith with my Flosstube channel, Vintage Threads and Samplers. And I'm here today to share with you my newest designs and to wish you happy holidays. I love this time of year. It's just so beautiful. Everyone's decorating their homes and their yards, fences. We have a couple of trees here in the house that we've decorated, so that's been a lot of fun. And then I have my little Christmas tree here right behind me, and we'll talk about the designs on the table and then the two designs on the wall. So very happy to be here. I've been watching quite a few Flosstubes. You guys just do a lot of creative, amazing work, and so I'm happy and feel privileged to be a part of this with you all. I never thought I would be doing designing of cross-stitch patterns, and here I am, and I love it. I have quite a few more samplers, dechados to do in the Familia series, and then I've got some fun ones that I'm working on that are more about decorating. I guess I love decorating, so that's where my mind goes as far as being creative. So, first I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying the content that I bring to you. I love cross stitch and I love doing this, and I know you all love it too. And then, as I've shared in my previous Flosstubes, my journey into, I just saw something click in the corner here. I'm going to ignore it. I've shared about my journey into my Mexican heritage and just looking at antique Mexican samplers, doing research, trying to figure out how I wanted to do some designs and not necessarily copy those old antique samplers. So, in looking for some inspiration, I have a lot of childhood memories, of course. I've shared before about staying with my grandparents, the influence my grandfather had on me and teaching me. He wanted me to read, write, and speak in Spanish, and I sure didn't recognize the value of that, of what he was sharing with me, what he wanted me to do, and I realize it now, kind of late in life, but that's okay. So some of this I do to honor them, and then along with the stories I think I've told you before about my mother, her sisters, the women who came here from Mexico and carved out a life, the stories of their faith, life at the church, work, and community. So it's all been fun to rediscover some of that you kind of put away when you're in your own marriage, in your own journey of a family, raising our daughters, and travel, and just all the things that Kevin and I have been blessed to do. So it's kind of fun now to just sit and think about all that, and how can I use some of that. So the first thing I want to share with you is about, I'm going to turn this way. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to turn here so you can see this little book behind me. And then I'm going to hold up some pictures of it. So I found this little antique book. That's the cover. And the reason I have it put together like this is because I kept handling it and was slowly falling apart, the binding. And then the pages were coming apart. I'm like, oh gosh, I want to read it. So this is it. It's a primary, Spanish primer. The inside looks like this. I love all these adorable pictures. And then it was published in Mexico and in Paris in 1928, I believe. And that's the back of it. Isn't that precious? This family on this, riding this elephant. You see that little man over there. So very sweet. I love that book. I found it years ago. Just had it on a shelf with all my other antique books. And then again in my journey here, I thought, wonder what's in this book that I could use. And so I just copied a few pages, and then I put it, here we go, in that shadow box so it wouldn't be soiled and torn apart by my hands on it all the time. So this is letters, Roman letters. The next one was the alphabet with lowercase, capital letters, and then, where am I here? Cursive. And then I didn't do these. They have this cursive. They have this in English letters. Very precious. And then this is what the book consists of, lessons, like the primary lesson, lesson 1. And then as you go through that book, it takes you through how to read and write in Spanish. So that was a lot of fun for me, and I just, I loved that I had a resource that I didn't recognize until I started this journey. So the first design I did is called Spanish Primer El Abecedario. It's an original design, is that I just showed you. It comes from the book of documenting your alphabet. Now I will tell you in this journey, and in English, the translation is reading book number 1, the alphabet. And in the Spanish language, they use alfabeto, el alfabeto, and el abecedario, which both mean the alphabet. So the Spanish alphabet, and I'm going to read this to you. I pulled this up just to help me with my research of how they did these letters and why there's additional letters and why there's missing letters. And so this alphabet is formed by 27 letters, 22 consonants, and 5 vowels. And before 1994, the alphabet had 29 letters, but the Real Academia Española, RAE, decided to exclude 2 of them, the CH and the LL. And that way only single letters would be considered part of the alphabet. And then just like in English, the Spanish alphabet has the 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U. And then at one time there was 32 letters in the Spanish alphabet. And that included CH, LL, the N, double N, with a tilde above the N, and RR. And so in this antique Spanish book, the chart included the CH, LL, the N, and RR. And that's the way I went ahead and didn't change any of the way it was documented. I love this. I stitched it on white 32 count white chocolate with Evertote, Leo, and Roxy. I always say it wrong, Kusin It. And then I found that frame at Home Goods. I floated the cross stitch on a mat board, and then it's pressed between the glass. And I haven't framed anything that way before, and so I just thought it looked really cool. I love it. Just love it. And then the second one out of that book that I had just showed you was the alphabet in Roman letters. And again, this one looks just like that. It's again Book of Learning, number 1, letters, Roman letters. And again, just the capital letter and the lowercase. I already shared with you about the alphabet, the Spanish alphabet. And in 1928, this was a practicum. This book was a practicum for young students to learn Spanish. And again, as I shared with you, and my grandfather was trying to help me, I didn't recognize it. And I'm kind of sad about that I didn't move forward with it. But it's okay. It's all right. And in my nursing career, many times there was a need to speak in Spanish. And at our hospital I worked at, we had what's called the language line. And so you could communicate with your Spanish-speaking patients. And so at a point in my career there where I was doing more bedside nursing, working in a clinic, I decided to take a class, medical Spanish for the clinical staff. And so I took a class at the junior college on speaking medical Spanish, and I felt really good about that, to be able to know some Spanish and then kind of take it to a more formal level and be able to help my patients. So again, I wish I was very fluent, and I'm not, but it's all good. Oh, let me go back to that. So here it is again. It's right here behind me. I stitched that on R&R Reproduction Stars Hollow Linen, 40 count, and it's done with Gloriana Silk Coffee Bean. I think and the frame I found at a local craft store, and I just kind of took some folk art acrylic paint in coffee bean, or no, it was real brown. Coffee bean is the silk thread. Real brown is the paint, and I kind of brushed over it to kind of give it a darker color and less shine. It still has some shine on it. And again, I just love it. I love it, love it. I came across several of my kitted samplers I've bought over the years from Country Sampler, maybe Hobby House. And so I'm going through and I found several packages of silk thread. And this Gloriana coffee bean was in a package, kitted for something else. So I thought, well, let me just try this, see how this looks. I kind of want it to do black because the book, it's, it's black lettering. And I didn't go there. But I did do kind of blue-black with that Abe Scenario. And then on Alphabeto, I just did the coffee bean. And I did find, then later, I keep digging through all my stuff, like, okay, what am I going to stitch on once I get done with my Me Familia series, and I'm kind of ready to go back to some of my stuff that I've bought over the years. I found a little bag with MPI black silk. I'm like, oh my gosh, what was this for? So as I dug through, it got separated, but I think I bought that maybe from Kitten Stitcher with a one of Joseph's designs, I think. But anyway, I'm happy now. I've got like all this silk. I'm like, oh, now I can use all this silk. So that's kind of fun. All right, and then the last one I want to share with you is a holiday blessing. So, Feliz Navidad y Prospero Año Nuevo. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And typically when we would use that greeting, it's to communicate a blessing to you in the new year. And when I was looking for a Feliz Navidad Christmas sampler to do for the holidays, I kind of wanted to do it in November and hurry and get it done to put up with all my decorations. And I have one, who's it by? Oh, trying to think. It's one that's been around, Plum Street Samplers maybe? Is that what it is? That they took an old reproduction and then they put Feliz Navidad on the bottom. I've had that kitted, ready to do every year. I think I'm going to start it and then I kind of get busy with other things. So that was one idea. And then I kept looking on the internet on different sources that we get, and I really couldn't find anything. So I thought, well, I can just do a design now. So I love this border, and I'm going to turn this way so you can see it a little bit better there next to my Christmas tree. It's just so sweet. So I got started on it, and as usual, when I do my designs, I start stitching, and then like this idea comes that, oh, I should do this, I should change it. Oh, maybe I should add this color, and I go crazy. So I started with DMC, and then I went to Weeks Dye Works, and then I ended up doing this in Falu Red. Now, in my Max Stitch program, I can't pull up Evertote's Leo and Roxy colors. So when you buy this, it's going to say, I think, Garnet. But if you have Falu Red, that's what I actually used in the model right here behind me. Just precious. And then I decided to do some ornamentation. I put some colorful beads all the way on these little pieces here. I put beads on the trees. And then I had graphed it to have snowflakes and then these little stars. Well, I got to thinking maybe I should just go to my local needlework shop and see what they have. So I did go to Greeley. Cheryl didn't have much. She had a couple little white ones. And at that time, I was just starting out. I went over there early before I finished this. She didn't have any other colors. I thought, okay, well, I'll just buy them and then see how this comes together. Then I was getting done. I thought, no, let me just run up to Denver to a stitching shop. And the lady was helping me. I had taken what I had stitched and took the chart to show her what I wanted to do. She pulled out all these little containers full of charms. And so we just started laying things on there and found these pretty charms to put on there. So I love it. I love how it turned out. I don't know. I love stitching. I love what we do, and I love right now at this point in my journey with cross stitch doing some designs. Now, all of my patterns can be found on Etsy in my Etsy shop, Meredith Samplers. I will be posting some new stuff in Instagram. I've posted some stuff in the past, like starting this, what do you think? But I haven't been on for a while just because we've just been so busy here at the house and lots of stuff going on. So that's what I have for you. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm enjoying all your videos. Today I got to watch some of the holiday tours of people's homes. I'm like, oh my goodness. So that's been fun. We're not that crazy. We do have a tree in the living room. Well, I don't mean crazy like you're crazy to do that. I'm just saying, like, it's fun. I didn't mean to say you're crazy. Or that we're crazy. We have a tree in the living room. We have a tree in the loft. I have this tree. There's some trees in the bedrooms. Now the trees in the bedrooms are the smaller ones. And so love Christmas. I love this time of year. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you have fun celebrating with your family and friends. And again, enjoy these holidays. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and I'll probably be back maybe mid-January. I'm working on I'm stitching a new design. I've got another one almost finished. Oh, two almost finished. They'll take a while to stitch, but I'm really excited about them, and so I'll be bringing that to you in the future. Alrighty, take care. Bye-bye.